Let's start. Not week 4, but week 5. First of all, welcome again, guys. Last session we took masking and raster mask and clipping mask. So, before anything, do you have any question about the last session or any question before starting? Um, I want to show you something to make you more realize how the concepts that we take around the course is not only very important during our learning journey to learn Photopea or Photoshop or any raster editor software, but it is actually very important in our life in general. So, for example, if you want to know how some very tiny scope of the visual effects industry work in the visual industry, when you are making a movie and you want to take the man from the scene and put him on the moon or Mars or change his background, you should remove the background. The process of removing the background, um, we are not. I will not speak about it, but what I want to say, the process, the end result of it is a video called Alpha Matte, which is something like this: a black and white video, like this, of a character moving, and the character is in white color, and the background is in black color. Uh, when the compositor want to make the visual effect, he get the original video and get the alpha or this video, which is black and white, and he combines it together, and now we have our object without the background. So actually this is masking that we took. So this is one of the keys of the industry of the visual effects. And also masking, you will face masking in computer science and in programming in some concepts. So actually what we take in this course, it is very important to learn, whether for graphics or for any another industry or career, or even for self learning. It will be very important to learn more new things to help you to see the world in different way. So let's return back to our session. And any questions before starting? Okay, last time we took a small thing about text, and I told you no, we will start again text in the second session to take it uh, more deeply, because we didn't have enough time. So, first of all, text is one of the essential and important things to learn in any software, because actually tickets are in everywhere around us. Remember when I talked about the history of graphics? Graphics started actually by the text, uh, by combining some images together to inform something as a text. So text is very important to learn, and to be very familiar with it, and to be better in using it in your design. So let's jump to learn text in Photopea. First of all, we have to create a new project, and let's start. To make a new text, we have to click on this icon here, type tool, which have the T icon. We click on it, and then once I have this tool, I can click anywhere else in the document. Once I click, now I can see that two things happened. a new layer is made with the name text layer 1 and this icon. So this is a new type of layers, which is text layer. As I told you before, there is some types of layers, and the other thing that happened is this square here and this arrow here, this cursor here. So let's start typing. So now I typed my name. What if I want to erase? I can escape. What if I want to replace all this? I can click Control A. So now I selected all the text, and now I can replace it. Photopea course. So we have Control A. Once we click the Control A, we can see that our text is highlighted. Now, the first thing we want to learn is how to finish typing. If you clicked on the keyboard the Enter key, it will go to the next line like this. Okay. In Photoshop, if you clicked on the other Enter key, let's check the keyboard here. On Photoshop, if you clicked this enter key, it will submit your text. In Photopea, both of these keys are only making a new line. So when I click on this, it will make a new line. When I click on this, it will make a new line. So how to stop typing? If I how to go to any other thing and work is by going here to this arrow here and click confirm. Now you can see that this um, cursor is disappeared and this square is disappeared, and now our text layer have the name of our writing. So now we can move to any other tool and move it, and here we can add more typing layers or text layers. So what if I want to reject or discard our text here? We can write anything. Now we instead of clicking confirm, we can click cancel. Now the layer is removed and our text is removed. Okay, that's cool. While we typing like this, can we move our text? We can move it after we click confirm and select the move tool and move it. Yes, we can move it. When you move the mouse far away from the text like this, you will find that the mouse changed to this icon here. So, no, so now you can click and move it, and now you can move the text freely as you like. What if you want to make your text bigger? You can go here for the size of the text and click and write whatever you want and click enter. Now it's 50. Okay, or you can click and hold and drag to increase or make it bigger or smaller like this, and you can start writing. Okay, so now I have very big text and very small text. That wasn't what I want. I wanted to change the text I actually wrote. I don't want to make the new text bigger. I want to make my own text bigger. There's two ways to change anything on a text you wrote. The first way is to click Control A. So now are selected. You have selected the text, and now you can change the size as you want, like this. Click and hold and drag. The second way is by clicking Confirm and then select the layer, any layer you want for the text, like this, for example, and then move the tool. So to move to change the options of the text, you can click on the text and change the options, but these options will not be visible for you except when you are selecting this tool here. So if I click the move tool, now when I change and toggle between layers, I can't increase size, so I have to click on the move tool, and the options will be visible for me to change as I want. So the two ways that we will have to make any change on any text we have is by clicking any layer and changing it, or by selecting all the text we wrote and click Ctrl A, or we can make it like this and increase the size as we want. So this was text and how we make our text bigger. So let's remove all of this and let's take something new in text. How to change the font is simply by clicking here and choosing any font you want, like for example this font, and let's type text here, course by Ali, and now I want it to make it bigger, so click Ctrl A and we'll make it like this. I can't move it like this, and submit. Confirm. Now my text is here in this shape. So what if I want to change my text color? It's simply by the two ways that I told you before. By selecting the text and selecting a color like this. For example, let's make it this green and click OK. Or by going again, and when we want to edit our text, we select the edit the text tool, and once we hovering over our text, the cursor will change from this arrow to this uh, shape of text. We can select and write everything we want again. And the second way is to change the color is by selecting our text here and then changing our color. The thing about this way is that he is actually selecting my layer, so I can see my final color on it. So when I click OK and click anywhere else or click submit, now I can see my color. So I prefer, when changing color, we submit or confirm the text and click on our text here and change the color from here, because I think this way is more easy. Because I think someone opened the mic. Because I think this way is more easy for me, because I can see the colors. So this is how to change the color of the text. So is there is a button beside the color menu. So if we clicked on it, we have these options here. So what is this options here is some we can is we can change some colors for the text other than the color of the text. So what the question is, what is the other colors in the text? So let's learn it one by one. First of all, we have the fill color. The fill color is the color of the text. So if we unselected it, our text will be invisible. But when we are hovering on it, we can see that it's still there. And it's not in white. So if I hide the background layer, we can see that our text is not there. It's not in white color, it's not there. So let's again confirm that this layer should be shown, and let's check the other things. The stroke we will learn more about it in the next sessions, but what I want to say is that stroke means border. So if I check this on, you can see this text will have this border. So let's change the font before, to make it very clear. Let's find Arial or something. Okay, that's cool. Okay, when we want to change a font, we also have these two ways. When changing anything about any text that you actually wrote, you have to select it or to select it from here. because now I changed the font, but it will only affect the new text. So now I can combine more text together. But now I will control A and choose another like this. No, let's make it bold. I don't want this also. Let's make it like this. Okay, let's have this font here and let's type text and let's make it bigger and submit. Okay, so let's uncheck the stroke and check it again. Now you can see it's very clear that stroke is a border. So how to make our border is more bigger is by clicking and holding the width and making like that, like this. Now we have our width more bigger and we have the stroke is bigger. I will not say border again. I will say stroke because this is its name in Photoshop. So now let's make our text like this. Now my the width of the stroke is 4 pixels. Can we change the color of the stroke? Yes, by clicking here and clicking the color that we want, choosing for example this. Let's choose it like this, red, and click OK. Now we have a stroke of our text. So can we hide our fill layer? Yes. Our fill color? Yes, like this. Now we have our text only a stroke. So if we remove the background, we can see that the text is only like a border or a stroke. So what is the new thing? The last thing we can change in the colors of the text is called the background. So let's show the fill again. The background, once we check on the background like this, you can notice that this will make the box area of the text. It's like this. When we write more, let's make the text very smaller than this and make it like this. When we write any text, we can see that it will make our area of text like this in this color. It will make a background for the text like this and click yes. Okay, so we can change whatever we want. We can show our stroke and or remove it, show our fill or remove it, show our background, remove it, and it will make a lot of we can make a lot of combinations and make a lot of work by this. And we also can change the color of this background here like this, for example. So now it's very bad text, or it may be used for anything we want. So this is how to change the text background. So before going more deeper in okay, before I want to tell you one thing first. You can search for the for the font you want from here, and you by clicking on this button here you can check for any um, check from here, because if you want any font in Arabic you will not find here any fonts in Arabic. So does that mean that you can't write any Arabic in Photopea? No, you can click here and choose for example Arabic like this. Now you have Arabic fonts here and you can type. Of course I changed the font of the English text that I wrote, so that he's now crashed, but I can make a new text and let's change the keyboard. So now you can see that I made my text in Arabic like this, so you can write in any language you want. And also if you want it for example, let's try um, this. Okay, but I don't think that I will be able to write in other language because the keyboard my keyboard doesn't have. But actually, you got the idea now. So now you can change the font from here, and you can select all the text you want from here. And the last thing, when you choose any font from here, you will find that there is another drop down list from here, which is sometimes big and sometimes small. Like for here, there's only regular and bold. If you choose another font like this, and you can, it's also regular or bold. Okay, now I choose Arabic only. I want to check Latin also. Let's hide Arabic. Okay. Okay, now you have a lot of things, not only bold and not only regular, you have many types, which this means is the family of the font. You have a font and its type, which is will be italic or bold, which very big, or oblique, and you have many types of fonts which are all under the main font. So now let's try it on your own. Everyone try to make this text here. It's very easy. So you have 1 minute to try it. Okay, let's continue. The second thing we want to take about text is the text area. So if we removed all these layers and we wanted to type again, there is a way to type in text which is by area, which means like this. I can click and hold and drag. Now I am dragging. I'm making now a box to write in. So let's make it like this. Make it like this, for example. So this means that I can type except in this area. So now we can type whatever we want here. You can see that I didn't click enter at all, but why this text got outside the box that we made, because there is no spaces. So he took this all as one word. For example, if we typed whatever we want like this again, let's like this. If we clicked space only, I'm clicking space on only like this, it will make it a new line, because you can only fit this box here. So now we can write whatever we want. So let's make it like this. Okay, now we can type whatever we want, but it will be only in this box here. So let's click confirm. Let's add background and stroke, so you can know that you can make all the things you want with the text area. So why I want to tell you about text area? Because it's very important when you can use these tools here. So let's type a very small thing. Okay. Here I typed my name, and let's make it some bigger like this. Okay, what these icons here do? What is do is actually aligning the text for the left or the right or the center. So, for example, if we it's the default is to the left, because the default is in English. But what if you want to write Arabic, or you want to align the text for the right? You can click here like this, for example. So now my text is aligned to the right of the box. Or if we want to make it in the center, we can make it like this. So the text is aligned to the center like this. So this is the benefit of the text area, uh, because it will help us to make this like things like this. or it will help us also when we have specific area in the design and we want to make it only in this area. So let's type here. This was a text area. So let's before try this, let's take another thing, which is text wrap. What is text wrap? Let's erase this and let's type text wrap for the course and put it here. For I want to tell you something. You can increase the text not only by the size. You can click Control and hold Control, and now you can make our text bigger. And to make it bigger without damaging it, you can hold also Shift. So I'm now holding Control and holding Shift. But usually I don't prefer to use it like this. I prefer, if you want to increase the text, increase it by the size. Um, so let's go to the RAM. Now I have this text here. Let's confirm. I want to edit the text, so I have to select it all, or I can confirm and select the layer here. This wrap button is actually very cool because when we click on it, we will have some small window here when with a word style and have a box like there. If we click this box, we have some shapes. What these shapes will do is actually making us can change the text as we want for different shapes. For example, if we clicked on the arc, okay, it doesn't happen. So we should select the text. This is damaged or what? Let's make a new text. Okay, let's refresh. Actually, I think a problem had happened. Okay, let's create new project. Okay, now is everything is good. Okay, so now let's click on the wrap and click here. Okay, now it's working. So let's try click wrap. Okay, let's click arc for example. When we click arc, we can see that our text had this arc here, and we can and some options for the arc. So we can make it horizontal, we can make it vertical, we can change the bend like this, and we can make it like this, and we can make it like this. So arc will give us some many options to change our text with like this, as we want. So let's click OK and Control Z. Let's check another one. For example, this shape. Let's try another one. For example, twist, which will make it like this. So now you have very strong power in changing the text as you want. So this was text wrap. So try on your own to make this, and you have 1 minute. Everyone is silent. Okay, I will tell you how to make it. First of all, I can make a text area and write the word fish. Let's make it smaller, and let's click Control C, and let's click here and click space and Control V and space. So now let's select all the text again, and let's Go here and move our cursor with the mouse or with the arrows, and click Ctrl V again and make this process again. To be very fast in this is by clicking the upper arrow and the down arrow, which will help you in moving as you want. Okay. Now we have a text of the word fish in this square shape. So now I can click crab and click here fish, and I want the shape, for example, like this, and click OK. Now we can click on the arrow key on the move tool and make it smaller like this, and click yes. Now we have our text like this. So the second thing that we have here is not this shape only, we have also the background. So we can make the background by clicking a new layer and making a gradient as we know before, like this. Let's choose this. Let's make it darker first. Okay. لا. Let's make it reverse. So I'll make it like this. So this is a fish. Can we can now make it in any color we want. We can also make a background for it. Whatever you want. So this was how to make this shape here. So any questions? Okay, let's move on. Um, we will take now about the we'll talk now about the character panel and the paragraph panel. In working with text here, we have two panels to learn about, which is the character panel and the type panel. So let's type anything that we want now, so we can edit later. Okay, now we have this text here, and let's make a new line. Let's click yes, and let's now work on this text with the two panels that we will learn now. So click window and then click character to find the first panel we want to learn about, which is the character panel. Let's click on it, and now you can find that we can change the size from this panel like this, or the font, or the book, which is means that we why I don't do okay, with the family. And also we have some many options also here. So let's discover these options here. The tracking, the first option that we want to learn about is moving the text letters away from each other like this. Is the space between the each letter. So if we make it smaller like this, we can click on here. We can make it bigger like this as we want. So this actually will helps us in many things. So we can make it like this and make it smaller, and this is actually cool, very cool. So let's make it again 0. Let's make our size bigger. So this was the tracking. Let's check the leading, which is making the same space, but not between the letters, but between the lines vertically, like this. So we can now make our text are over each other, or it can be very away from each other. So this will help us when we have a lot of lines. And if you have only two lines, you can make it in two separate texts. But when you have a lot of lines, that will help you a lot. Now we can make it auto again. If we move it away, we can make it auto. And now we have these two. These two actually is changing the scale of the letter. So if we make it like this, each letter will be very taller, like this. Let's make it again 100%. And the other is making the same change but on the scale horizontally. It will make every letter has a bigger width, like this. And you can also play with all these options and discover them. And you can also have this baseline shifter, which will be more visible when we add some color for our text, like for example this, and make it like this. Let's change the baseline shifter. It's also not visible, so we should select it to be visible. Okay, now we can see this line is the baseline of the text. So when we change our text like this, you can see that the baseline actually shifted. I don't know why I should use this, but I want to tell you about everything. Okay, and from here you can also make the changes of the colors as we told before. So let's now check the other options here. This will make our text bold, this will make it italic, this will make it all in uppercase, and this will make it all in uppercase but in the same size. Why? Because when you click uppercase, the text is getting bigger, but when we click it here, the text is all in uppercase, but the change in the size is the same. So now you can make the first letter of each text is big and the others are small. So now let's check the others. The upper two is actually making like you have a power like this. If you have this and make it like power 2, it will be very small like this. So if this was a number, it will be like Ali power 2. The same thing when we click this, it will make it smaller but down, and we can make all our text have an underline, and we can make all our text are like this. So this was the character panel, and we actually finished it. So it's very easy. So let's make everything as it was again. Okay, I think that's very good. Okay, and now let's go to the paragraph panel from here. And the paragraph panel actually have some many tools. I will not say about all about them because many of them are not working on Photopea well, and we actually will not need except this, like the paragraph panel, the paragraph options that like here. For example, we can make it like this. We can align the text to be at the center. Can make it like this or this or this. And for this is shifting our text, and actually it's not working now. Okay, it works when I make it like this. Let's select the text. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. But every icon shows that what it actually do. So this was the thing. Now I want to show you something. If I wrote anything in Arabic, and now I made another lines. Now the texts are aligned to to the left. If I want to make it to the right, now it's very benefitable like this. Okay, and also you can change the direction, but it actually it's not that important. So I only wanted you to know that there is a paragraph panel here. So this is actually everything about fonts except one thing. What if you want a specific font, a new font you want, which is not in Photopea? And actually, how to find a font to use? This is very important tip. And to find a font, there is a very important website which is called the font, like here. The font, DA font. When you click on it, you can check that there is a lot of fonts in every shapes and every language. So it's actually very cool. So let's try to find a unique font to download it and can use it in our design. So let's, for example, find a very unique one. Um, let's try, for example, move to another page. Let's try this. Okay. Let's to download any font. You can first of all click on the font. You can click download, but I want to show you something. When you click on the font, you can find all the details about it here. So also you can try it. How? By going here and you can type any text you want. Ali, and click submit, and you can now check the text you wrote. So I clicked okay. Now you can check the text you wrote, so you can see the way the font will shape your text before actually downloading it. So actually this is very cool, and you can make it large to see it more clear like this. And you can check all the letters in this font. So this font actually have these letters, and this font actually have at the letter S the letter Ya in Arabic. So it's like a combination between them. So you have the lower case and the upper case. Now we want to use this font is by click download. Now the font is downloaded. Let's go to the downloads. Let's go here. Now we can see that this font, which is Ramadan stuff, here Ramadan stuff, which is here. We can click down, right click on it, and extract. Now we can find that all our fonts will be in OTF format or TTF format. So let's use our font from here. Okay, let's go to Photopea. Let's click on text, and let's go here and click load font. If we want to load our font in Photopea, we will click on this arrow here and click on load font. Now we can go to the downloads and go to the Ramadan stuff. And before I import it, I want to show you that this font is actually not in Photopea. So let's click Rama. It's not here. We didn't find our font here. So let's load our font now. And this is not this Ramadan stuff. Now we have our font. You can import the TTF or the OTF. Let's import the TTF and click OK. Load Ramadan also next time. Okay, let's click OK. Our font is loaded now. So when we click here and click Ramadan, now we can find our new font. So now we can select it, and now we can type with it as we want. And also we can make anything we want on it, like the stroke, and make the stroke in this color. So the stroke making a very cool shape on it. Let's make a background like this and make it visible. Check on. Okay, it's not that cool. Okay, so now we have a cool text, a cool unique font, which we will not find in all softwares, and only you can get this font like this from a website like this, like that font. There is another websites for fonts also, but this is very cool website you can use, and it's totally free. So now you can have a very variety in fonts on your text. So any questions? Okay, so let's try to make this image here. I will send you the link. This link is actually for a fire image like this. I sent you in the chat the link of the fire. Now try everyone to make this image here. I actually give you a hint. I show you the layers of the image here. Everyone try it. You have 1 minute. Okay, I will tell you how to make this photo. It's very simple. All you want is to make a text area like this, and you can write the word fire, not in this font now, or we can make it on this font. Okay. No. Let's try another font, like this, for example. Okay, let's take this word here and make our paragraph aligned for left. Okay, let's go to the paragraph and make everything again like it was. Okay, let's make it smaller. Like this. Let's make all the fire we want. Or we can type anything. We can search for lorem. Lorem is a word we can type for to generate a text for us, like this. We can take anything we want, like this, and let's type it like here. Okay, now we have a lot of text, like this. Okay, let's remove the background and the stroke. Okay, now we have our text here. So we have to get our file and click file, open more, open from URL and click OK. And now we can drag our image and put it here like this. And all we want is to make this image only visible on this text. So how to make something like this we talked before is masking. So we have two ways to make it, like click Control and click on the text to have the selection of the text, and then click a mask to make a mask from the selection like this. Or you have another way which is more simple, is by using a clipping mask, which right we can click right click and click on clipping mask from here, or you can click alt and hold and then click the layer. And we took this in the last session. Now we can move our file as we want, like this, and we can make the background, for example, in any color we want, like this, for example. Now we have a fire in the shape in the shape text, so we can move our fire like this. We can make it bigger and make it like this. So now we made our design here like this. We made it here. It's very easy and very simple, and actually this is better in shape than this. So any questions about text? Now we finished everything about text. So let's continue now. But now we are jumping to a new chapter in Photopea or a new thing. What we will learn, but before what we learn in what we before learning about the thing we want to learn today, I want to tell you about very important thing in Photopea and in Photoshop and in everything digital you can use or you will learn يعني it's very important, which is channels. What is channel? Every digital photo you can see in on any device, on your mobile device or TV or computer, any digital photo, whether it's took up by a picture or you made it using a software, it's a photo from three channels, which means that it's red, green, blue, which means that this image you have, it have a red version and a green version and a blue version. And when putting these three colors over each other, it will give you this RGB color, which is red, green, blue. The RGB color is the final image that you can see. So any photo you can imagine, anything is digital is made of these three colors: red, green, blue. So with some intensity, some different intensities. So the any photo is made of some green tones and or colors and some blue tones and some red tones. So even the pixels of the computer you have, like this is a screen from a computer. Every pixel you can see is actually made of three colors. Each pixel in the digital computer is made of one color, as we say. But now I mean the pixel that emits light from the screen. Every pixel that emits light from the screen, it's made from three bulbs, a red and green and blue bulbs, which so you get the colors from it, like for example, if you want a pixel show you a black color, so the intensity of each, the red and green and blue, is zero. And if you want a pixel show you a white color, the intensity of red and green and blue, red and green and blue is the maximum. So when you change the intensity of each color, with this combination you get all the colors we have. So if we for example go here to Photopea and click on the color, you can check that every color I can choose, it have a code. And also it have another thing which is named 48, and which is named red and green and blue. So this is red and this is green and this is blue, which means that red is 48 and green is 158. From what? From 255. The maximum is 255. So when we get the maximum of everything, now we get white. So when we make our red bulb is zero, so there is no intensity from red, we get cyan. So when we make our red at the maximum and the green is zero, we get violet. And when we get the green is maximum and the blue is zero, we get yellow. So this is the combination. When we make our green slightly open and the blue slightly and the red slightly, now we have all the colors we have between red and green and blue. So this is the channels of every photo. So this is like a combination between them. So you can get deep in this by searching about color channels and to check to understand more about the channels of every digital image. And you can check also TV pixels or screen pixels. Some people captured this pixel by zooming in, so it's very cool to watch. So let's try it and check these channels in Photoshop. I only want you to understand it. So when we go here, for example, and click, and we want to get an image, HD image man. Let's take this image, can drag it and put it here. Okay, now we have this image. This image here, we can see a panel which is named channels. The channels panel, we can click on it, and you can see that there is a RGB which is made of these three colors, red and green and blue. So if we hide all and show only the blue, we can see that if we select it, it will select for us all the red area in it. And if we clicked on the green, we can select all the green area, and we can select all the red area and the blue area. So every photo actually is made from from these three channels. So when we go again to layers, I want to show you something, and this I didn't explain it. I didn't tell you what is layer style. Don't worry, but I want to show you something. I will explain layer style in later sessions. So now the first layer is in green. The second layer is in oh, okay. The first layer was in blue. And the last layer I will make it in red. What is these options? I didn't explain yet. So now we have three layers: one red, one green, one is blue, and still I have the same image. So this is an evidence about that every image is made of the three colors. Of course, you will tell me, no, I didn't see the difference. I will show you. Let's hide this and let's hide this. Now we have a red color. So this layer is actually the red color of this image. So this is a red channel. So if we put now the green, we check this is a green. If we put this is a blue. So if we combine red and green together, we get the yellow. Remember when I made this green at most and blue and red at most, it's yellow. So what if I made green at most and blue at most? It's cyan. So let's hide this and show the green and the blue. We have the cyan channel. If we showed the three, we have the three colors. So actually now you can check that this is as the channels. So the glitch design is made when you get all these three channels and move it away from each other like this. Let's move this bit, and let's move this a bit like this. So now you have this glitch effect. Actually, it's made only by changing the channels of the image. We didn't take the glitch effect yet because I only explained you the concept of the glitch effect, but I didn't tell you what is this options is actually doing. So we will take this later. So what I want you to be sure of that any image you have is made of these three channels. So let's continue. Any questions about this part? Okay. We will take now adjustments. Adjustments is very important layer in Photopea and in all softwares, Photoshop or editing software or video editor or anything. Adjustments will help us to change the colors of any photo we have. So we can make a color correction. We can make a photo tint or a filter or anything we want, or edit our images. So actually this is a very important part you will be better at if you are familiar with cameras or understand the settings of the cameras, or you also if you want to be more professional in this industry, you can learn more about Photoshop or Lightroom, or you can be satisfied with Photopea. So let's talk about adjustments. First of all, I want to tell you about very important concept, which is the black and whites and mid-tones. Every image we have will have these four or three concepts. The black points is the black pixels in our image, which is totally black. The whites is which is the white pixels in our image. The shadows are the grades or the tones of the black, which will make our shadows. The highlight is the grades of white, will make our highlights in image. And we will have a lot of mid tones. Mid tones, which means mid colors, which is making the most of our image. Most of our images will made of mid tones and some highlights and some shadows. So this is very important concept to learn. And this is not in black and white only. This is in any color. In any image, we have the blacks, the whites, the highlights, and the midtones. While this image don't have blacks, but have some white, and most of it midtones and shadows and highlights. So let's try adjustment in Photopea. So let's make this photo again to its normal. Okay. Let's start with how to get the adjustments. To make any adjustment on in any image, you can click here. You can find that this is called new adjustment layer. So when we click on this, we can find all of these concepts here, which is options of adjustment layers. Okay, so once you know how to get to reach the adjustment layers, you can play with them and learn more about them later if you want. So how you get the adjustment layer? You can get it from here, or you can get it from layer, new adjustment layer, and you can see all the adjustment layers. Or there is a specific channel for it, a panel for it, which is click on window and click on adjustments here, and it's actually visible here. This is the adjustment panel, and all of these icons, it actually these are this text here. So here is brightness, here is vibrance. We can hover on it. This is brightness, and this is vibrance. So all these icons is actually this text here. So let's start with brightness and contrast. When we click on brightness and contrast, three things we can notice. The first thing we can notice is that we have a new layer which have this icon here, which is the brightness icon. But this layer is a new layer we have. This is called the adjustment layer. As I told you before, types of there is a layer types, and all the layer types we will take along our course, inshallah. So this is a new type we have. It's adjustment type. So the first thing we notice that that we have a new adjustment layer, and the second thing we notice that we have a mask made for it. So if we want to hide something or to make this adjustment made for a specific part in our area. And the last thing we can notice is that we have is the properties of this adjustment layer in the property panel, which we took before. So now let's play with the adjustment. When we click on our adjustment layer, we can check our properties here and change it. Like we can decrease our brightness or increase our brightness like this. Okay, let's make it reset. Click reset to make it again as it was. And we have contrast. Contrast means that there is a very I can't remember if I made a slide for it. Okay. Brightness and contrast. Contrast is making a very big differences between each color. So it will make the black very black and the white very white, and it will increase the intensity of each color to be separated. Like this. This is have very strong contrast. You can see the very difference, the very big difference between every color and every object. When you lower the contrast very low, you can find that the image is actually like as it have shade, or as if it is faded So the contrast will remove the differences between the colors. So what is like every object in the photo is sorry, I hear something. As if every color in the photo is swimming with the other. So contrast is making this effect. So let's use contrast. Let's make it lower and let's make it deeper, very strong. This is contrast. So now we can change the contrast as you want, and you click hide and show to see the image before and after. Actually, this photo is color corrected, so it's hard to improve it. So let's make very something very bad like this, or very clear like this. Why? Because I want you to show you the mask. You remember the mask? You can use it here. So now I click the black, so all the image is black. So means that our adjustment will not be affected anything. Now we can get the brush and get the white color by clicking X to switch the colors. And now you can see that I am not drawing on the image. I actually making a mask for the adjustment. So if we click if we change it the brightness, we can check that I am actually changing the brightness, the adjustment, but in this mask area. So if I disabled it, I can check that I have all the adjustment made on all my layer. So this is the mask that we talked before, because I want to tell you because it actually appears automatic by default with every adjustment layer we have. So that's why I told you about the mask in the previous session before I tell you about the adjustments. Let's continue. See, this was the brightness and contrast. Let's try levels. Levels, once we click on it, we can check that a new adjustment layer is made and a mask is made, and now we have the properties in the properties panel of this adjustment layer. So I don't use this as much, and some videos you can see some videos about it that it's not that important, but it's very important if you are advanced or you want to get advanced in color correction. So first of all, what I wanted to tell you is this square here. Remember, the gradient is similar to the gradient. This square here means that this is the white points. This is the white area, and this is the black area. So this is the black area, and this is the point of the mid-tones, which is here. So if we want, if we click here and move this, it will make our image very brighter, and will make all of this area which will have our most of the colors. This graph here means that most of our colors here, all of this is advanced. If you don't understand it, it's not important. It's important to understand, but if you don't understand it, don't worry. You can feel it. You can when you want to color correction at before you get familiar with the Photopea and get more advanced and get more professional, you can check all when you color correction, you can add all the adjustment layers and you can play with it, with everything in it, and you will feel the change and you will feel it's better or not. Now you are increasing the white area, and here you can increase the black area, and here you can move the mid-tones. So when you move it like here, so all of this area here will be in white, and this square will show us that most of the colors are in white. But if we made it like this, it will show us that all the colors here will not affect it as much, but it will make it darker. And this is the opposite actually. This means that our midtones will be whiter, and here our midtones will be black. I don't use it as much. You can do the same thing for any channel. You have a channel, red and green and blue. You can use green, red. Now everything in red we will increase its intensity, and here we can decrease everything in red. So now we have an image, a combination between these channels, green and blue. So it's cyan. So this was the levels channel. Let's move on. Also, we have another panel which is curves. Levels and curves are not. I don't use it much, but if you're professional, you will use it a lot. So let's add the curves. Curves actually is the same thing. As the left you have the black point, at the right you have the white point. Here the light, the highlights. Here is the shadows, and here is the midtones. So you can adjust it like normal, like this, or like this, or you can move it as you want. Like click here the midtones and move the midtones like this, or you can adjust all of them independently like this. You can hide to see the difference, and we can make this on red also, like this. We can see it like this. So curve is advanced and maybe feel like complex, and it's not very user friendly. But I want to show you everything about adjustments to be familiar with. So if you want to get advanced, you can search and learn more about it. But the very important adjustments, I will explain it deeper, like what I did with brightness. So now exposure is like brightness, but with very small differences. I don't actually understand. I use it and feel it. And we have offset. I don't know what offset actually do as a logic or a concept, but I feel it like this. We can show and hide. So this was the exposure. We have a new adjustment layer which is vibrance. Vibrance actually increases and saturation increases the colors of the image like this. Vibrance will take every pixel in this image and increase in its color intensity like this or like this. But it will only emit this effect on the very on the colors, not the shadows and the highlights. So when we make it like -100, you will also see some colors. But saturation is different. Saturation, it will saturate and increase the intensity of every color in our image, even the highlights and the shadows like this. Now we have a black white, and now we have a very strong colors. The difference between them, I actually forget a lot. So the saturation affects color intensity and enhances every color in the image, but vibrance is a little more specific. It saturates the part of a photo that aren't that colorful. Okay, that was vibrance and saturation. Okay, before jumping to the new adjustment layers, I want to tell you about a very important concept, which is hue, saturation, lightness, and brightness. Okay, when to choose any color you want, the first way is by the code. The second way by choosing the red and green and blue, the RGB. The third way is using the hue and saturation and lightness. Hue is the color. Saturation is the saturation or the intensity of this color. Lightness or brightness, it's the lightness and the brightness of this color. So to understand it more, we can go here. So now we have HSL calculator. HSL means hue, saturation, and lightness. On HS calculator, we can click on any color here to choose. We can click on blue. Once you clicked on hue, now we are changing in the hue. Once we are changing in the hue, you can see that the color is actually changed, and see that saturation and lightness also change it. When we choose, for example, green, we can choose its saturation on 100. We can make it on 50. Now we have saturation is decreased, and we can make it like here. So this saturation will increase the intensity of the color, and we have brightness will make our color darker or lighter. So this was HSL, which is the color, and it's also in here we can see that hue, saturation, and brightness or lightness. Hue will change our color like this. This is the hue. When we moved like this was the hue. So we are here changing the hue. Remember, we was changing the colors from here. The saturation is this. We can see that it's moving horizontally. So hue is the degrees of the color, and brightness is the darkness of every color like this. From it's moving horizontally like this. So this was the hue and saturation and brightness. So why is this important? Because now we can click on adjustment and check that there is a new adjustment layer which is called hue and saturation. Once you click it, you can check that you have the hue, saturation, lightness. If you change the hue like this, you are changing the colors of every color in your image like this. If you checked saturation, you can increase the saturation of every color in the image or decrease the saturation of every color in the image. Lightness is the same thing. You can increase the lightness or decrease the lightness of every image you have. You also can change make this effect all the color. Here hue is changing every color independently, but colorize is actually, sorry, something hurts me. Okay. Hue is actually changing the colors of it changing the every color independently in our image. But if we click colorize, it will make a color for all of our image, and we can change it as we want. So now we are making color of our image, and we can increase the saturation and decrease it as we want, like this. Okay. So what if I want to change the color of a specific thing in the photo? To do this is actually very easy. Is by simply clicking on red, and now I will change the red color like this. Every degree of red in our image, we are changing it. So if we clicked on cyan, now I are changing every cyan in our image, which is his shirt actually. His shirt was in cyan, so we can change it to red. So now if we hide it and show it, we change it the color of the shirt he have without selection, without masking, without everything. So the same thing with saturation and everything. What if I don't want to change a red or yellow or green or cyan or blue? I want to change a whole colors of an image. Is simply by or not a whole by selecting, simply click on this sample hue and click, for example, on his hair. Once clicking on his hair, you can find that this changes the colors here. So we can change the hue. It's not affecting the much because I selected a very deep selection of a color. We can increase the range of the colors that we will are selecting from here. Now we can see that saturation also is not. Oh, okay. I am hiding the image. Now I can see it now. Let's make it for a new one. Let's to see the change from the beginning. Now I want to select this color of his, for example, of his hair. Okay, and let's increase the range a little bit. And now we changing every color that have these degrees of brown and violet. We can make it more specific like this, and we are changing all the colors of this. Okay, that was saturation. So if you want to try this, for example, um, you have 1 minute to change this photo to this photo. I will put it in the chat. I send you the photo here. Try to I send you this photo. Try using hue and saturation adjustment layer. Try to change this photo to this photo. What I made is changing the color of this green grass to this red grass without selection, without masking. Is only by the adjustment layer using the hue and saturation adjustment layer. So now you have for 35 seconds remaining. Okay. Anyone know how to make it? Can share with us? Okay, I will explain how to make. You can go to Photopea and click File, open more with open more URL and click Control V and click OK. Now we have our image here. Let's first of all add the adjustment hue and saturation layer. Now what I want to make is selecting this green of this grass. The grass is actually not green, is yellow and green. So we can click on this and click on green. Now I selected this area, but I want this area also. So let's move it more bigger like this. What if I change it? No, this is not the color I want. Let's make it reset again. Let's click master. Let's click range. And let's green or check this color. I want this. I can see it. I don't need a bigger tool. I will make it like this. Okay, let's change the colors. Now we can change it to violet, or let's change it to this color, make the intensity like this, saturation like this. Now we changed the grass color from green to this color. It's similarly red. Without selection, without masking, and it's very fast. So let's continue now, and now we learned about how about the hue and saturation. And to make it more clear for the hue and saturation, we can make a new layer, and let's make it a red, for example. Let's make a hue and saturation adjustment layer. If we change the hue, okay, now I'm selecting. Let's make it reset and master. If we change the hue, I'm changing the color like this. And if I change the saturation, I'm changing the saturation of the color and the lightness, the same thing. I want you to feel more relaxed with saturation. Okay, that was saturation. Let's go to the other color balance. Color balance is actually a color balance between all the colors. So red, now we are decreasing the red, so it's more cyan, but it's a color balance. So not removing red, it's only making more intensity for green and low intensity for blue and red. So you can use it for example, if you have an image like this and you want it to feel more colder, you can increase the intensity of the blue. If you want it to feel more warm, you can decrease the blue and increase the red and green. That is very more warmer, and this is more colder. So the colors will affect your feeling. Let's try now black and white. Black and white actually is very simple like this, black and white, and that's it. And when you can make a black and white photo, you can also change some channels like this. You can see now that I actually can manage the channels of the color when I made it black and white, so I can change black and white easy as I want. So let's now learn about photo filter. Photo filter is actually uh, selecting any color we want, like this, for example, clicking OK. and it will make a filter of this color on my photo, and I can decrease and increase the intensity of this color, for example, like this. Let's check the another adjustment. Channel mixer also mixes the channels which is other with the specific algorithm like this. It mixes red with other channels, so we can make it like this. I'm not fully aware of the logic and the concept that is behind these adjustments. But when I move the adjustments, I can make this color, this image with this effect without fully understanding the algorithm. But if you understand the algorithm is actually better. So now let's check color lookup. Color lookup actually making a collection of color correction. It's like a filters. It's like a standard color corrections which is pre-made for us. So when you click on color lookup, when you show it, we have these colors. You can click on this and choose from here any of the effects of the pre-made effects or adjustments you have, like this, for example. Now we have this effect on our image. Now we have this different effect. So it's a collection of brightness and hue and saturation and vibrance and everything that is made for us. You can check this from here and select whatever you want, and you can also load any adjustment collection you want. How to get it is simply by searching for adjustments.cube download, and here you can find some templates if you want, but I actually satisfied with those. So let's now go move forward with invert. Invert an adjustment layer, it actually inverts all the colors like this. So if you have an old film, want to scan it and invert its colors to find it like this, it's cool. You can posterize. This is adjustment layer which is very near to be a filter, which we will take it later. Filters are here, we will talk about them later. Which this is making the number of levels of colors. Our number of levels of colors is very low, and here is very high. So when the colors are increasing, the better the quality of the image. When it decreases, it gives us some effect also. This is posterized. Let's try this ritual. It makes us for like this. Let's an image like this. And let's try gradient map. Gradient map is actually when you select any gradient, it will affect um, the image with these colors. So let's try, for example, making that I want the dark points in the black area in the shadows with this color. I want the highlights with this color, and I want the midtones in green, for example, like this. And we can add more colors, like for example, some sort of what like this. So now I have this gradient map will be on my image. We can reverse it. We reverse actually. It makes it like it's inverted. So now I have this design here from this gradient map. Let's try selective color. Selective color actually making when we select red, it actually changing only red color with what we want, so it will be more visible in, for example, let's try uh, blue. bike. Now we have blue bikes and in a photo. Selective color when we choose the blue or it's cyan. Now we're changing the cyan color in our image like this. You can make it different like this. We only changing the cyan color as we want. It's not changing the color, but it's plays in its intensity and saturation and everything. So now we changed it a little bit like this without selecting and without masking. So if we wanted to, the last thing is replace color. Replace color is similar, but it's replacing a color. So when we click on this and let's change it. Okay, I don't know why it did select. I don't know if it's a bug or not. I don't know why it's not working, but let's discover it. Okay, you can play with it and get some colors as you want. So let's try to make an image like this. I will send it to you in the chat. Try to make this sad, cold forest to this green morning forest. I sent you this image. You have 1 minute. Okay, I will jump on how to make it. File, open more, open from URL, click the URL and click OK. Now we have our image here. Let's, oh my god, no. Let's click adjustment, click on, for example, color balance. Let's change the color balance. I want my image have less blue and have more green and more red, and that's it. It's very easy. I decreased the blue channel, increased the green channel, increased the red channel, so I had my image from dark blue scary to green at the morning. We can add some more adjustments like brightness like this. Let's increase brightness. Let's lower the contrast like this. We can add some vibrance, increase saturation, decrease saturation, give some vibrance. We can add some what I think that's cool. From this to this, and it's very easy. So adjustments will help us a lot in making effects and adjustments. So that was the adjustment layer. I think I will try to explain it now. Okay, we have a time. Um, Last thing we want now we finish adjustment, and the adjustments you will face in all the softwares you will face. Last thing I want to tell you is blending options. What is blending options is we have this image here, or let's go to the man here. This man, we can take his photo and put it here. We want to blend this man with the layer behind him. So we notice that there is a drop down list here which is called normal, but it's not called normal, it's on normal effect. Is blending options, which is means that I will blend this layer with the layer under it with these options. When we click on it, we can see a lot of options here. We can click on normal and click on then the arrow key, the bottom arrow key, down arrow key here, and move to check what is the options of to change the image of the man like this, dissolve, and there is darken. Darken will remove every highlight and white area in our image, and will remain the darker colors. And there is multiply, there is color burn, there is linear burn, there is darker color, and then we jump it to the other section, which is the lighter, which actually remains the light area and removes the black area from our image. So there is also screen, color dodge, linear dodge, lighter color, overlay, soft light, and hard light. Now we jump it and vivid light. Now and linear light and bin light and hard mix and difference. Now we jump it from this section to this section. We have difference, and we have exclusion, we have subtract and divide and hue and color and saturation and color and luminous. And this was all the options to make it more someone said anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you add an image on top of an image?
How what?
How do you add an image and then put another image on top of it?
Okay, how to put an image over an image is simply by you have many ways. You can click and drag an image from the internet or from your computer and put it here. Now you have the both images above each other like this. Or you can go from a project and click on the layer here and click the move tool and click and move and go to the another project and put it here and move. Now you have the two layers above each other.
Okay.
Thank you. So blending options are many, and you might forget what it actually do. So they are a lot, and they are all in all softwares. There is a sheet to know what everyone do, but I actually don't work like this. When I want to blend two images, I know what multiply do and screen do, but most of the others are I'm not know the algorithm and the concept, but I am toggling between them, so I feel what is better to do. So, what this is the last thing, and we will finish our session. Multiply is actually removes the white area, so I can use it to add a photo like this, or remove the background if it is was white. And the color will actually uh, add only the colors to the previous image. So actually you can play with this blending options and will take a lot of options you have. And also you can add some color correction, and after you change it, you finish it, you can add a blending option which will make a cool effect of the color correction is added like this. Last thing I want to tell you is how to colorize a black and white photo. It's very simple. If we have this photo, for example, file open more, open from URL. Now we have this photo, a black and white. If you want to colorize it, you can make a new layer and you can draw and make the colors you want above this image. Like for example, choose green for grass and colorize the grass, and let's choose for example blue for the sky. Of course I'm making it bad and fast, but if you want to make it colorize an image you can make it more slower. Let's choose this color for the line. Now we added some colors, but it didn't affect my black and white image. Why? Because it's not blended with the previous layer. To blend these two layers, you can click on the first layer and click here blending options and click on color. Color will apply the color of the upper layer on the down layer like this. So now you have the black and white image colorized, and now you can add more yellow like this. Slower, and you can add green and everything. For example, if we took the other image here, okay, we can add new layer and make it color, and we can make the wood, and we can make the sea. And this way is how to colorize a black and white photo, and it's an industrial way. So because I actually made these images and I worked in colorizing black and white videos, so that is a way to use blending options. So we took now text and color options. We took today text and color and blending options and adjustment layers. So we finished our session. So any questions? Okay, that's it. We finished our today's session. See you in the next week, inshallah. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.